presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
That ball is crushed to right field. Way back. The Padres win as Headley touches the ball. One of the longest home runs in Petco Park history to right field. 426 feet. Launched by Chase Headley. Mobbed in that dramatic victory by the Padres 7-5 last night in 10 innings over the Pittsburgh Pirates. And we welcome you to Day Baseball Wednesday afternoon at Petco. The Pirates and the Padres conclude their 3-game series and their 6 games of this 2012 season. And San Diego looking for its second home sweep of the season. And they have been nasty to these Pirates, both home and away.
And it's not just one player, Dick. It's a handful of San Diego Padres that are doing some damage. It'd be a nice way to go into the month of September, playing on the road and at home, win some ball games for these Padre faithful here in San Diego.
Well, for a long time, the Padres struggled when they got to the lower end of the lineup, even in the top end. It was only right in the middle. Now they're hitting 1 through 8.
1 through 8, swinging the good bat, getting the good approach. It all starts with Everett Cabrera, using the whole field. He gets on base, he can steal a bag, and Will Venable has really come into his zone. Knowing that if he gets a soft pitch, he can pull, yeah, he'll pull it. Fastball away, take it the other way, doing some damage. Cameron Maben hit 8th last night. Boy, did he have a night. He's hitting 7th tonight, but he's swinging the bat extremely well also.
Well, think about this. In just 3 games, 3 wins, those 3 players, Cabrera, Venable, and Maben, and of course the hero last night, Headley, but the 3 that Mark just talked about have 27 hits total in 3 games, 27 hitting a collective 643. Now, it's not going to last forever, right, but it's certainly as sweet the last 3.
And we know in baseball, the other teams, the opposition, they're going to make adjustments. They're going to look at the scouting report.
Right.
So now it's up to those players to make adjustments how they pitch to them. So we'll have to see in the future the rest of this season.
Well, speaking of pitching, another new face on the mound, a new starter, the 14th starter used by the Padres this year, number 25, Andrew Warner, not drafted out of high school, not drafted out of college, independent ball, almost gave up. Here he is in the big league.
This is a great story because we all can say, hey, what a great story, number 1 pick out of college. This guy signed for $5 million, whatever the case is. But Andrew Warner, just another guy, great story, independent league, getting a chance to pitch at the big league level. Hopefully he can win his debut. That'd be a nice treat for everybody.
His dad had to give him the money to go to a Padre tryout because they don't pay until they sign you. He did make it, one of 40. He was 5 of 40 that made it, and here he is. He vaults his way to the big leagues. You got to pull for a guy like that.
Absolutely, and there's nothing really special about Andrew Warner. The guy's got some heart. That's one of the nuggets of the scouting report about the left-hander going this afternoon.
So we're set. Day baseball. The Pirates have one of the best records playing day ball this year. The Padres would like to finish a 3-game sinking of that Pirate ship. Opening pitch coming up. Got it.
say you never had it so good.
Well, as we relive that 10-inning game last night, 7-5, a lot of little things went right for the Padres to set the stage for Chase Headley's dramatic home run in the 10th inning. And we're underway today. The first pitch in the major leagues from Andrew Werner is a strike. There are his numbers at Tucson in just a handful of games. He was 1-2, pitched a shutout. That caught the eyes of the minor league boys here in the Padre organization, Randy Smith and Josh Burns, and said, we need a hurler here for at least one game. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, and when I mentioned in the pregame show, Andrew Werner.
Chop to third. Nice easy bounce for Headley, and Jose Tabata is out.
No, really doesn't have anything special. What I meant by that, he doesn't throw 98. He doesn't have that power curveball, but what he does have is a lot of heart underneath that jersey that says Padres. Throws about 91 miles an hour. He throws a sinker, changeup, slider, curveball. And Dick, if there's one thing he has to rely on today, it's movement. Movement of that fastball and those pitches to get some grounders.
So went on to Neil Walker, talented second baseman of the Bucks, and a tough hitter under Saul as we look at Bud Black in the sunshine. He's hitting .340 day games this year, Walker, and takes Lone away. So is he not, Warner, the typical sinker slider pitcher?
Yeah, that's about right. 89 to 91. And you know what? He's not going to have a lot of swings and misses. Strikeouts are not going to be his game.
Another ground ball to Headley. Charges and throws out Walker. 2 groundouts to Headley at third. And here's the lineup for the Pirates today. You've seen Tappan and Walker. Andrew McCutchen leading the National League with that .350 average. Garrett Jones in right field today hit 2 homers last night, including the 2-run shot in the 9th inning with 2 gone to tie it. Gabby Sanchez, the former Marlin at first. Pedro Alvarez, power there. Michael McHenry gets a start behind the plate. Clint Barmas at short, and James McDonald on the mound, former Dodger. Sam Holbrook calling the balls and strikes with Fletcher, Drake, and West on the bases, and McCutchen first pitch swinging and shatters his bat.
That's a good sign. 2 grounders and a broken bat. You betcha.
Well, let's take a look at the Padres defense, brought to you by Mazda. Quentin Maben Venable in the outfield for the Padres. Headley and Cabrera on the left side. Forsythe at second, and Kotsay at first today with John Baker behind the plate. 1 strike pitch to McCutchen. 1-1. Against left-handed pitching, McCutchen batting .440. That's the best in the major leagues. Oh, that's a good test for Warner. He's 25. Went to small school in Indianapolis. Was not drafted. He's a native of Illinois. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Welcome to the big leagues. Andrew Werner retires the Pirates in order and has his first major league strikeout and gets the top hitter in the National League. Oh my. spotlighted when we have a day game. And here we go with Bud Black's lineup, brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. They'll hit in this order with Everett Cabrera leading off, followed by Will Venable, 9 for the last 13 for Venable. Chase Headley with the game winner, and he continues his torrid August. Carlos Quinton had 3 RBIs last night. Mark Kotze at first base, then Forsythe, Maben, Baker, and Werner the pitcher. There's James McDonald, his numbers, and a solid batting average against his offerings, .223. But since the All-Star break, he has slipped a bit from a sensational first half of the year. Cabrera takes ball 2. McDonald before the All-Star break was 9-3, 2.37 ERA. 2-1 the count. Since the All-Star break, he's 2-2, earned run average 7.30.
Well, sometimes pitchers have a tendency to tire after the All-Star break, accumulate those innings. And James McDonald certainly has good stuff.
Inside, 3-1. Cabrera trying to get on, get the Padres off on the right foot. That's been the story of this series so far. The Padres got 2 on Monday night and went on to a 3-1 win. They got 2 in the first inning last night en route to a 7-5 victory. And Cabrera earns a walk. Good start. Here's the Bucks on defense. In the outfield, it's Tapado, McCutcheon, and Garrett Jones playing on right. On the infield, around the horn, Alvarez, Barmas, Walker, and Sanchez. Gabby Sanchez, Michael McHenry behind the plate for James McDonald. Venable. He's raised his average in 3 games from .238 to .256, going 9 for 13.
And what are the chances of Will Venable waking up at the exact same time he did yesterday today? If he had the same lunch, if he took the same route to the ballpark, if he wore the same clothes. Very superstitious, these players.
Yeah, 2 singles, 2 doubles, and a walk last night. Scored 3 runs. The only time they got him out, he drove in a run on a ground out. Cabrera, 22 stolen bases.
Remember, we mentioned last night, when a runner gets on base like Cabrera, you might hear some guys in the dugout say, well, that's a double. Chances are he may steal. He's been perfect this year. Try to get him into scoring position.
That's a strike parked out by Sam Holbrook.
Good downward plane from James McDonald. He's got a fastball about 89 to 94, curveball, slider, also a changeup. He too throws a spiked curveball like AJ Burnett did last night.
Cabrera edges away. They've not thrown him out all year. 22 for 22. And he drew the throw from McDonald. He was dancing toward second.
Get a little antsy over there with the feet. Dive towards the outfield side of the bag at first base. Farther to go for the tag.
Inside to Venable. So already Cabrera a distraction for McDonald.
Maybe McDonald trying to be a little bit too quick. And that will result in a ball, a bad ball out of the zone, or a good pitch for Venable to just whack at right down the center of the plate.
Off-speed curveball, and Venable falls behind 1 and 2.
Boy, we're running through the clubhouse before the game today. Speaking of curveballs, a lot of the Padre hitters commenting on AJ Burnett's curveball last night. He had a good one. Chase Headley in particular.
Pitched out of one jam after another, did the veteran Burnett.
He said it was one of the better curveballs he's seen all year.
Foul back. Venable. Note on James McDonald as you look at AJ Burnett. Here's the combination, hitting 600 plus, these 3 men in the last 3 games. 27 for 42. Foul back. McDonald with athletic genes. His father, you football fans in the NFL that have followed the Los Angeles Rams will recall his dad, James McDonald, as a tight end. This James McDonald, his son, 6'4", 205 pounds, not quite tight end numbers. He's been solid as a right-hander, going from the Dodgers to the Pirates 2 years ago for Octavio Dotel, the relief pitcher. Oh, he had a big lead that time, and a long look by Andy Fletcher before he waved him safe. That was close.
Yes, it was. If that's a lower throw, they probably get Cabrera.
Venable stays alive. Now the Padres, with a modest little 3-game winning streak here at home, have now moved up to a home record of 30-32. I think that's one of the many goals they have in mind going through August and September. They like to finish the year at Petco with a winning record.
That would be nice. And to win 4 in a row, you got to win 3 in a row, right?
Exactly.
So it's a nice little streak, as you mentioned.
A pitch out, and McHenry and the Pirates guessed wrong.
Cabrera's not biting.
Well, I hope this first sequence isn't an indicator of how this game is going to progress, because it's a snail pace.
Will he pitch out again? Seen teams do that before. Sure, you risk going 3-2.
Some of the Pittsburgh fans wanted the out call, and Cabrera just beating those throws to first, so he has the maximum lead. He knows exactly how far he can go. McDonald with more throws to first than he is to Venable in this sequence. There he goes. Down low, the throw to second bounces, and Cabrera has his 23rd. And that is the most in a season without being thrown out. 23 for 23 for Everett Cabrera.
A cat and mouse game going on at first base. Seems like more attention paid to Cabrera than Venable, and pick him up and put him down. But the key here, he almost overslid at second base.
Knee.
And Barmes is thinking, oh, I think his spike was still on the bag.
Not the shoe, but the spike itself. And Will Venable earns a walk. So with the attention paid to Cabrera, Will Venable just battled away, and he too earns a free ticket. So a couple of walks to start this first inning for the Padres.
Isn't this a great formula? I mean, let's face it, with the way the Padres have been playing their 3-game streak, Cabrera, yeah, he's a little pest. He draws the walk. Venable walk, and then Dick, last night, remember, it was a walk to Venable.
That's exactly right, and he stole second. And Headley has never hit one any farther than that. Not at Petco. 426 feet. And a 7-5 victory. Nice to see the kids have fun at the bowl yard. Headley with a chance to add to this marvelous August that he's experienced. Curveball strike. So historically, this steal by Cabrera is 23 in a row. Chase Utley of the Phils stole 23 straight in 2009. So that's the National League record. Cabrera at second, Venable at first. In the dirt. Well, the Padres had plenty of base runners last night. Wound up stranding 14. Had the bases loaded 4 times.
Yeah.
Carlos Quinton on deck, knocked in 3 of the Padre runs last evening. Two and one.
You know what I thought was great about the post-game comments from Chase Headley last night? He said that, you know what, I had opportunities early in the game and I just didn't come through. You know, I had opportunities to really break this game open and help my ball club, but I didn't do it. And what a great way to send everybody home last night with that final swing.
Exactly. High fastball, or was that a slider? 78-mile-an-hour slider. 2-2 to Headley. Yeah, what do you think about odds here? 50-50 that it'll go to 3-2 on Headley?
Oh, if I'm a betting man, I'll bet $10 right now.
No, just a couple of tomatoes. Ripe tomatoes. Some are ripe.
Beefcake? Yeah. Beefcake tomatoes? Beef steak, my bad.
Beef steak.
I'll eat both of them.
Fouled out of play.
Roma? Right? Are those the little ones? Roma tomatoes? Those are really good.
We had those big Michigan beefsteak.
Yeah. Beef cakes?
You had to look under the vines to find those.
Yeah.
The beefcakes. They hide under there. 2-2. And fouled again.
Chase also said last night he was kind of looking off speed stuff. It was a split-fingered fastball that he hit out of the ballpark off Daniel McCutcheon.
So 9 home runs and 26 runs batted in to lead the major leagues this month. With plenty of time left, this is only the 22nd. 6th in slugging percentage. He's worn out Pittsburgh 5 games. He's hit 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. Well, you win the bet.
Somebody owes me $10.
No, we were betting tomatoes.
Oh.
So the full count after a couple of foul balls, and they're making McDonald throw a lot of pitches. Still no one out. 2 walks and a full count to Headley. And another foul. What a catch by this fan off to the left second deck. Leaped up barehanded. One-handed that souvenir. There he is. Sign him up. Look at this catch. Springs up, and that is my
awesome
ball.
He's looking to give it there to a
fan from Escondido.
Oh, how nice.
Ball 4. Bases are loaded. Walks to Cabrera, Venable, Headley. Just wearing out McDonald when he does throw a strike. The Padres fouling it away. And 23 pitches into this first inning. Quentin steps up with the bases loaded, no one out. Walker and Sanchez, and now the rest of the infield come in to the mound to try to settle McDonald down. Like old McDonald's farm out there, there's so many.
Yeah, not a good sign when pitching coach Ray Searage out there to try to settle him down. One hit away from putting a crooked number up there for San Diego.
There's been something about the first inning for the Padres, and as you know, in the past they have not scored first often, and the correlation is when you do score first, you win most of those games, and that's been the case for Pittsburgh most of the year. In fact, here's that stat again for you, Mark Grant. 48 times this year, this Pirates scored first. The 36-12 when they score first.
Yeah.
That's a big time advantage.
Absolutely.
Get on the board first. Make them catch you. Well, that's what's happened in this series from the Padre end. Bud Black's team getting a 2-0 lead in each of the first 2 games. And a chance to take the lead now. Quentin. A double and a sacrifice fly last night for 3 RBIs. Ball 1. 92 on the fastball. McDonald pitched one of the 3 games in the Steel City, remember, and had a 7-1 lead. That's the game where the Padres rallied and eventually won 9-8 on August 10th. That ball is crushed to deep left center field. Does Quentin have a slam? Yes. No, it bounces off the wall. 2-run score, and on to third goes Headley as Quentin slaps his hand, said, how did that one not go? It hung out there forever. And just get it back into the ballpark, but the Padres will take it. It's 2-0.
Well, we know that Carlos Quentin likes to swing early. He is very aggressive. He did not like the first pitch from James McDonough. It was a high fastball. Got to be patient. Let him come to me. Fastball outer third. And Dick, I'm right there with you. How does this ball not get out? He got under it just a little bit too much, about halfway up the wall. And the runners had to hold up because they don't know if it's gone. They could just Cadillac home.
Missed by about 2.5 feet.
Yep. And if it's caught, then they got to go back and tag. Still nobody out, though.
And there it is again for the third straight game. 2 runs in the first and still no one out. Marcotte fouls it back out of play. Headley wound up at third. Quentin with his 37th and 38th RBIs. Oh, those walks will come around to torment you. A ball and a strike to Katze with Logan Forsythe on deck. Infield back up the middle. In at the corners. They'll try to check Headley if the ball's hit either to first or third. They'll give up the run up the middle. And a drive to center. McCutchen there tagging Headley. Here he comes. And the throws to third. And the Padres lead 3-0. Katze with an RBI. All 3 men that walked have come in to score for San Diego.
And that's as good as a hit. Katze driving in that run with the sac fly. And it's so ironic. That was an 0-2 count. He got a darn good pitch to hit to the outfield. Last night, the Padres had 5 0-2 hits.
What's that telling you?
So taking advantage of the the Pittsburgh Pirates pitchers not making a good enough pitch or a bad pitch, I say, when they've got those hitters ahead.
3 runs on just 1 hit. The double by Quentin. He's out at second for Forsythe. And he goes to third. The throw. Out. Joe West, a casual out call as Quentin, trying to catch the Pirates sleeping, endeavors to steal third. This is a very close play. Looked like he got in there before the tag. That right there, bang bang, and then off the bag on the when he came off, and the third baseman Alvarez still had the glove on him, so he's out of there. Forsythe, the ground ball to Alvarez, and the inning over. But the generous wildness from James McDonald. Padres take full advantage. 3 runs on the 3 walks. They needed only the 1 hit. The near grand slam by Carlos Quentin. First inning, and they stake Andrew Werner to a little pad here as he goes to work in the second inning. And time now for Alexis Keys to the game, Mark Grant.
Well, Headley of the class. Chase Headley, yeah, he's swinging the hot bat during the month of August. He was the valedictorian of his class in high school, graduating class. He's a smart cookie, so keep him hot. And then, hey, win one for Werner. Kid's making his major league debut. It's a great story. He's got a nice little lead here, 3-0. Let's win one for the kid.
Curveball hangs inside to Garrett Jones. Jones almost the star for the Pirates last night. A solo home run in the 6th inning, and then with 2 out, clubbed a 2-run homer in the top of the 9th to tie the game, force extra innings. By the way, that's the first time that the Pirates lost an extra inning game all year. They were the last team not to lose in overtime. At least 2-run shot deep to right field, settling the issue for the Padres. Ground ball, fair ball, past the Kotze into the right field corner. And Garrett Jones slept on those 2 home runs last night. Liked how it felt. Delivers a double into the corner to open things here in the 2nd.
We've seen some good swings from Garrett Jones. I know he's not in the lineup tonight, but in fact, Neil Walker is in the lineup, batting 2nd. Some good swings from both those buccos. And it looks like he spins on that pitch on the inside part of the plate quite nicely.
Brings up Gabby Sanchez, the first baseman. Acquired from the Marlins at the trade deadline. Takes a strike. Hitting .217 combined between Miami and Pittsburgh. Chopped to short. That'll advance the runner. Cabrera throws him out. Jones at third base for Pedro Alvarez, batting .236.
Well, you can see what the game is of Andrew Werner. Ground balls. You know, the double, sure, it was hit sharply,
but it was a ground ball.
Yeah.
And then the 3 ground ball outs and a strikeout so far. Alvarez is a daytime hitter. 16 of his home runs that day. That's #1 in the National League. Miguel Cabrera, the Tigers' 17, leads the majors. Kicks on the outside corner with a fastball at 89.
There's the Miami connection. Yonder Alonso, Yasmani Grandal. Good kids. Good eggs.
San Diego Hurricanes. 2-1 the count to Alvarez.
I didn't know that Yonder took a ballet class at the U. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, a lot of athletes do. Flexibility.
Yeah.
And the company, you know, in those classes are nice as well.
Sure.
He do a pirouette for you?
I don't know what it's called. He did some type of knee bend.
Plie.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I think it is.
Oh, what is this right here?
Nice look. It is a plie, yeah.
Plie stop.
Meanwhile, Alvarez has walked, so the tying run comes to the plate here in the 2nd. Michael McHenry, .222 his average, half a dozen home runs. 1st and 3rd. Padres lead 3-0, but the Pirates a chance to scratch back. Ground ball could be 2. Forsythe to first, a 6-4-3 double play, and Werner's out of the inning. Oh, love the double play, and so does Werner. That was room service for the Padres.
Fun. I was in a lot of positions to do damage tonight and didn't come through once, so it was nice to finally come through, and that's just everybody else is doing a great job, and you keep going. Well, it's easy to give up after one of those slips away. It's a testament to the guys who keep playing. Bullpen did a great job for us, and we were able to score a couple at the end.
That was Chase Headley after his game-winning home run. It's our Geico quote of the game. Chase talking about his huge month of August. 9th home run for Chase Headley this month. Not bad. Let's send it back upstairs.
Yeah, delivering after he admitted struck out a couple of times with runners in scoring position, once with the bases loaded, but got the big blow at the right time for the 7-5 win. Bottom of the second inning, Cameron Maben has just grounded out to second. Here's John Baker. Padres with the off day tomorrow, but will use the off day to travel to Arizona. D-backs with an early game today. The scoreboard shows them beating Miami 3-2. What time would that game have
Must have been maybe a 12:40 start, I would guess. Just guessing.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. Arizona now with a 63-61 record. They started today 6 games behind the Giants. Giants and Dodgers conclude their 3-game series tonight in LA, where San Francisco's won the first 2. Baker with a foul back.
John Baker sticking with the old school stirrups, wearing them high. Ride them high, cowboy.
How impressive was he in his speech to the Madres? Very articulate,
yeah,
interesting, humorous. Another foul. So the foul balls, McDonald's pitch count rising to 35.
Remember, that's how they got the Ryan Vogel song when the Giants were in town. Started off with a 13-pitch at bat to Everett Cabrera.
That's how it started on Sunday, the 3-game win string. News off the field, Brad Boxberger has gone back to Tucson. Jeremy Hermida has been designated for assignment to open a spot as Baker clips one to the grass, bobbled by Walker, and too late to get it to the first baseman, Sanchez. So Walker will be charged with an error. Baker aboard.
Yeah, very makeable play. It almost looks like he kind of backed up on that ball a little bit, thinking that the ball was going to right off the heel. E4.
Well, that gives the Padres a chance to get Werner out of the way with a sacrifice bunt. And fails on the first attempt. A lot of folks not quite understanding what the independent league is all about. There are players occasionally, the rare few, that make it to the big leagues, but well, Joe Thatcher is one of them, independently.
Yeah, it's a professional league. The players get paid.
Yeah, that's punted too hard to the third baseman, and they turn a double play. So the inning is over.
But there's no affiliation with a major league team in the independent leagues.
Yeah, we'll continue with that discussion. Werner into a double play. We've completed 2. San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by AT&T, the largest 4G network. AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Petco, where the healthy pets go. Welcome back to Petco Park on this Wednesday afternoon. Padres with a 3-0 lead. But Black has sent Andrew Werner to the mound, his first major league start. Continuing on with the independent league, so players that aren't in a professional organization, they don't have an affiliation with, no one signed them, but they can still go play independent ball. They make a few dollars, sure, not much, but they keep their dream alive. And he tried at 3 different independent teams, cut. Finally, he said, "This is it." Got a chance to go at a Padres tryout. His dad is a middle school teacher and baseball coach. Said, "Okay, I don't have a lot of money, but I'll pay for it. If you don't make it, you know, you've done all you can. You gave it your best. If you do make it, you owe me a few bucks."
And it's a great story because, like you said, Andrew Werner was not drafted by a team and then, you know, got released a couple times and then hooked on with an independent team. It's straight from an independent team, a tryout, and he finds himself pitching in the big leagues.
Yeah, Evansville was the 4th team. They said that they gave me some garbage innings. In other words, the game didn't count. They put me in. But then he, in 2010, in the Frontier League, an independent league, he showed a little more stuff. Good pitch there to Clint Varmus. Count goes 1-2. And the Padre scout saw him and said, "Yeah, we'll have you try out." I think the tryout was in Peoria, so they had to pay for the trip and the expenses to stay. And it was a good investment. He's made it to the big leagues. They say in Australia, good on you. Outside, 2-2. Varmus, then the pitcher McDonald, and the leadoff man Tapata.
What the mini pearl is going on with that hat? Straight from the Grand Ole Opry.
Beard goes all the way up to the hair.
I got the little tag on the side. Howdy.
In the dirt, full count.
How can you not love Minnie Pearl? I mean, come on.
Oh, everybody loves Minnie. full count. Farmers leading off here in the third. Hits it well, left field. Quinton's got some room. See how he's turning his body away from the sun, the shield that goes to our instructional today, knowing how to work away from the sun on those fly balls. You're scoring at home. That bunt double play was 5-6-4. Unusual numbers on the double play. The bunt by Werner. McDonald has 7 hits and 44 at bats. So that'll get you occasional knock. 1 RBI. Those pitchers that doesn't protect his throwing side, bats left-handed, so that exposes his right arm, his pitching arm. A lot of teams, especially down the minor league level, they say, you know, it might be a better idea to try to hit right-handed.
Sure. And Jason Marquis bats from the left side, having that arm exposed.
Strike 3 called. Werner hits the outside corner, and that's his second strikeout.
He's going to have to rely on location, even though it's the pitcher. That's a good quality pitch right in the outside corner. 2 quick outs here in the third.
Jose Tabata opened the game with a bouncer to third. So we've seen the cotton candy, and we see
churros. That kid was munching on a churro. Right. I love churros. Churros wrapped in bacon.
No sausage?
No sausage.
No. How about a hot dog? That's a sausage. Come on now.
Yeah, with bacon bits on it, sure. That's a great combo.
Another chopper. Cabrera gets the short hop and throws him out. Well done by Everett Cabrera. Didn't let the ball play him. He attacked it. A 1-2-3 inning for Andrew Werner. San Diego as we go to the last of the third. Top of the order, Cabrera, Venable, and Headley. Those 3 walked in the first inning, and all 3 came around to score for the Padre advantage. Cabrera, can he beat the second baseman? Yep. Walker can't handle the throw. And Cabrera is given a base hit by the official score on the drag bunt. Venable had one of those last night.
Oh, so many weapons when you've got some speed. Batting from the left side this game against the right-handed starter McDonald. Lay it down. Then it's just a race to the bag. Beating one of the other infielders. McDonald's out of the picture. He'll beat him. And Dave Roberts, you see Dave Roberts, hold your ground. Don't make that, turn towards second base. As soon as you commit, you just need to commit a little bit. just a little bit, and then you're live bait. They can tag you, and you will be out.
Well, here's a chance for Major League history with Cabrera at first base. Should he steal and be successful, 24 in a row. No one has ever done that in one season. It's not the all-time record for consecutive steals, but it would be the most in a single season. Chase Utley with 23 for the Phillies 3 years ago. One strike to Venable. Scored after he walked in the first inning. He and Cabrera came in on the double by Carlos Quentin. Lifted off third, and that'll make it into the seats. Padres off for a weekend series in Arizona and then come right back home. So order your tickets for the Atlanta series. Chipper Jones making his final trip to San Diego Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday afternoon. The Braves are here. Then the Padres go to Colorado and the Dodgers on a 6-game swing. And we'll be in September then. 2 strikes on Venable.
Where does the time go, Mr. Enberg?
Boy, weren't we just doing a Kansas City Padre exhibition game in Peoria?
Man.
Eating breakfast every 20 minutes. Another day's gone by. Again, Cabrera drawing full attention from the man on the mound, James McDonald.
See what type of leg kick McDonald uses here with that speed on first base.
Ground ball, foul.
Oh, he had a good jump.
Oh, he sure did.
And plus, it was a big looping curveball too. Good pitch to run on.
Officially, should Cabrera steal and set the record for a single season, 24 consecutive steals without being thrown out. And they don't stamp the record, of course, until the season's over, but he's got it. Tied now with Utley. 1-2 to Venable. Pops him up. Back of second. Shortstop Barmas. 1 away. Time now for our AT&T trivia question. And what do we have for you today? Name the last player to get 5 or more hits in a single game for the Padres. 5 or more. I think I know that one. It's fairly recent history. We'll have the answer for you in the half inning. They purposely don't let us know what the question is every day because they want Mark and I to offer our guesses. Boy, yes. Arms of Morpheus, that young fan. Headley, he too walked in the first inning and came around to score eventually on Kotze's sacrifice fly.
You know, we talked about Chase Headley being full count. And I said last night, I said it'd be interesting to find out how many 3-2 counts Chase Headley has faced. Well, Sean Lyons, our fine intern right here, who does a fine job, makes a great cup of coffee too, by the way.
Enough information.
Yeah, Chase Headley is number 2 in the National League with 68 times he's had a 3-2 count. He's number 4 in Major League Baseball, behind Adam Dunn, Edwin Encarnacion, and Corey Hart.
3-0 the count in this bat.
Adam Dunn has seen the 3-2 count 81 times.
And here's another part of Headley's game. He has seen more pitches than any other National League hitter except for Michael Bourne. He goes. A strike, and there is the 24th steal for Everett Cabrera without being thrown out. He has a Major League record for a single season. A perfect 24 for 24.
Great jump as always. Abbreviated slide step, and still no chance.
Boy, whoever picked Cabrera and the pick the stick is cleaning up today.
That's 5 points already.
Thank you.
Oh, you picked him. Oh, that's really a great pick.
No, thank you.
What do they say? Awesome.
Yeah.
Three and one to Headley.
Outfield pretty straight away against Headley. A lot of room in those gaps. Kind of shallow in left as well.
No 3-2 count. He walks again. And as Headley has said, batting average, not that important. On base percentage, that's the number you want to look at. And he's been on base both times with walks. 4 now from McDonald. So 2 on, 1 out for Carlos Quentin. Chance to have a big day. Just missed a grand slam home run when his double off the left center field fence skidded off the wall about 2.5 feet from the top near the 401 sign.
See if McDonald throws him a first pitch breaking ball. You know, he loves to hit the first pitch fastball.
Southland technology with our Fox tracks. And a meeting at the mound. Just I mean, statistic numbers drive you crazy, but it's just interesting that, not counting today for Chase Headley, he has seen 2,182 pitches this season. You think he doesn't know the strike?
Michael Bourne. How many for Michael Bourne?
2,334. So a couple hundred more for Bourne. But that's second in the National League. Granderson, Dunn, Gordon, Insler. They also have a good strike zone and take a lot of pitches. 2 on, 1 out for Carlos Quentin, who checks his swing. Oh, you got to be strong to be able to hold back on that swing.
And once again, Carlos asking for the appeal.
What's this? Does the catcher appeal? No. Carlos says, hey, just ask that guy up there at first base. He knows I didn't swing.
I love that. And it was a first pitch breaking ball. McDonald just missed.
At the knees, 1-1.
Good slider. That had some serious tilt to it.
Not going to get a fastball, apparently. 1-2 the count. That's the curveball.
Well, he slows it down to a snail's pace, doesn't he, with runners on?
Cabrera, bunt single and a steal at second. Headley with a 1-out walk at first. Padres with a chance to add to their 3-0 lead. Fly ball to left field. Didn't get all of that one. Tabata with the catch, tagging Cabrera, and he won't risk that short run to third because Tabata is much too close, and he fires a strike into the third baseman Alvarez. 2 away for Mark Kotsay. Kotsay down 2 strikes, able to deliver a sacrifice fly for the third run in the first inning. The Padres in this series scoring 2, 2, and 3 in the first inning against the Bucks. Look at that, a camo for the infant.
Oh, how nice.
High fly ball. Back of the plate. Staggering the catcher, McHenry, and in foul territory, he makes the catch. No runs, a hit. The Padres leave 2, and we've completed 3 at Petco. And its answer for you. We asked, could you name the player that last had 5 or more hits in a game for the Padres? I'm guessing Gonzalez. Wrong. Headley. 3 years ago. 5 hits against the Pirates. Headley's name all over lots of positive notes, hitting notes. Neil Walker leads off the top of the 4th inning. The Pirates trail 3-0. Walker grounded to third his first time. Just missed on the first pitch, Andrew Warner. Now we're going to square away this stolen base. Consecutive steals without being thrown out. It is not a record unless Cabrera is not thrown out the rest of the year. He has to go through a full year for that to be an official record.
Okay.
Somewhat confusing at best, isn't it? So Utley stealing 23 must have been in a limited role or an injury perhaps factoring in. Ground ball. Cabrera stays low, fires hard. Walker out. He runs well, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Man with power. His play at second base has been a bit suspect in the series, but I really like what I see in Neil Walker. Pittsburgh native and local hero in high school, and now with Pittsburgh Pirates. McCutchen struck out his first time. The first big leg strikeout for Andrew Warner. 88 on the fastball. He hasn't touched 90 yet. He's 88, 89, been tops on the fastball for Warner.
.82-mile-an-hour changeup. If you're going to rate the pitches of Andrew Warner, his sinker's his #1 pitch. His changeup is actually his second best pitch.
Clipped foul, and it's 1-2 on McCutchen.
And then he'll mix in that slider and curveball.
Well, time for the Saquon Casino Daycation highlight of the game as we go back to the last at bat for Andrew McCutchen. Back through the middle, not hit that hard, but good direction. Forsythe can't throw out the speedy McCutchen. Once it got by the pitcher, McCutchen had a base hit. Well, Scripps Health presents Jerry Coleman Day on Saturday, September 15th at 5:35 p.m. Join the Padres in celebrating the legendary baseball and broadcasting career of Jerry Coleman. 40 years with the Padres, 70 years in our national pastime, and we hope you'll be in the seats 30 minutes before the game for a pregame ceremony that's going to be really special, because today they announced that the Colonel, a statue in his honor, will be unveiled on September 15th. Don't miss out, folks. We all want to be there to cheer the Colonel September 15th. Get your tickets now at Padres.com or 619-795-5555. Garrett Jones doubled over the bag at first base. His first at bat, the only other hit given up by Warner thus far. Four for 9 in the series, 2 of the 4 home runs. Haven't heard much about what kind of move Warner has to first base. That was just a token toss.
You know, Dick, I talked to Fred Ullman. I talked to Josh Burns, the general manager of the Padres, and they said really does not have a great move. Certainly not like a Clayton Richard, who I think has the best move in all of baseball.
Sun coming out from the light cloud cover here today. 2-1 the count. Three balls and a strike. Well, I'm sure the adrenaline was pumping through the veins of Warner at the start, but now into his 4th inning, he should feel major league comfortable. And he misses just off the plate. Tying run will come up for Pittsburgh here in the 4th inning. A single, McCutchen, Jones with a walk. Second walk given up by Andrew Werner. Baker out to give the signs. Gabby Sanchez, the batter. Grounded to short. Werner would like another one of those. Teammates back him up with a second double play. They turned one in the 2nd inning. Sanchez not a speedy runner.
Oh, they had him.
McCutchen with thoughts of stealing, and that was a good time for Werner to back off.
Yeah, you know, when a pitcher's got his back up against the wall in a little mini jam, remember, you can always try to get an out at a base. He does the old inside move. Logan Forsythe at second base was kind of going away back to his position, but still keeps it in the mind of Andrew McCutchen.
Yeah, no one covering.
Yeah.
McCutchen said, oh, I had that third base stolen. High fly ball, center field. Maben waits for it to come down. McCutchen tags, just a bluff. And there's 2 away.
Oh, Mark Sweeney's down by the dugout, and my question, Mark Sweeney, is with Andrew Werner out there. You know, these Pirates really don't know what to go on when the young left-hander's out there. So a lot of ground balls early. Does that maybe seem to be that they're kind of jumping at pitches and not really, you know, they're kind of jamming themselves, topping the baseball?
Yeah, advantage Andrew Werner because you don't really have anything to go on. You really want to see that release point. You can watch video if they had video for him, but it is definitely an advantage. I'm impressed with the way he's handled it. He looks very calm out there and understanding he's got a good tempo, and he also looks good out of the windup. Really fat, you know, a quick delivery, especially with that changeup. We'll see what he does at the end of this outing.
Alvarez, the hitter. He walked the first time. Interestingly, Werner in his minor league pitching this year had better luck with right-handed hitters than left-handed hitters. Ground ball toward the hole and through. McCutchen around third. He'll score. The throw is to third. Going to be a play, and they get him without a slide. Garrett Jones is out on a strong throw from Venable in right field. But the Bucks get a run on 2 hits. But Venable with a perfect strike to Headley, and Jones out a mile.
And on September 9th, the regular season begins with a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. First, Robert Griffin III and the Redskins take on Drew Brees and the Saints. Or Michael Vick leads the Eagles against the Browns, or the Falcons take on the Chiefs, or Rams take on the Lions. Then, in America's Game of the Week, the 49ers battle Aaron Rodgers and the Packers and Dad. Or the Seahawks, Cardinals, Panthers, Buccaneers. Coverage begins Sunday, September 9th with the Built Ford Tough Box NFL pregame show at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Check local listings for the games in your area. Football on Fox.
Coming around the corner. Chargers have their third game in Minnesota this weekend. Logan Forsythe for the Padres in the fourth. 2-0 the count. He grounded to third, is only at bat. Maben and then Baker, with the Padres leading 3-1. Two and one. So with all the possibilities at the ballpark, you know, we just saw the young lad chewing on some Cracker Jacks, peanuts, popcorn, Cracker Jacks, hot dogs. You know, they got the specialty things. You got the cotton candy, 2 and 2. If you only could have one treat, you know, today, you know, you're here, you're a fan, but I'm only going to buy one treat. What would you pick?
Any kiosk, any food stand here at the ballpark?
Well, I'm kind of thinking more what the vendors would, you know, the usual fare, you know, ballpark fare. I'm not going to, you know, they've got that where all the elite, the real rich people go to eat, and they have the big buffets.
Well, first of all, Social Sparker, how you doing? And then maybe
3 and 2 now to Forsythe.
A bacon cheeseburger from Hodad's.
Hey, they are huge. Have you seen the size of those?
Awesome.
Stop salivating on your scoreboard. 3 and 2, and Forsythe with a leadoff walk. And the wildness from McDonald continues. That's 5 free tickets.
How about you? You got a pocket full of money and you want to, you know.
You know what I love when I got, I mean, you have to have a beer and a hot dog. But I love peanuts. I mean, I can't stop eating them. I love that there's a whole physical thing of shelling them and like you've done a little work.
How about some shrimp?
Not at the ballpark. I love shrimp, but not at the ballpark. And you know that sushi stuff, they don't cook that.
They don't?
Got to watch out.
I've been eating it all them years. They don't cook it?
Yeah. Here's Mapen. Grounded to second, and this is a line drive base hit, and he continues to stroke the apple. Maben now with 11 hits and 15 at bats in the last 4. First and second, no one out. Padres have a chance to get that run back.
Is that a granny apple?
Right there.
Or a red delicious?
No, delicious is more oblong. That would be more either a wine sap or a northern spine.
You know what? Mark Sweeney did a nice job of breaking down the swing of Cameron Maben in the pregame show. And Mark, it's unbelievable. Cameron Maben continues to swing that hot shillelagh.
Yeah, Mark, the consistency that he's getting, especially in this homestand, and having that ball travel a little bit, getting it deeper in his stance, and really shortening his swing. That you saw that he really pulled his hands in, did a nice job on that breaking ball that's on the inside corner. That's pulling it the right way.
Yeah, you did a nice job on that, by the way.
Well, thank you.
It seems so contradictory, Mark, that you wait longer, let the ball get in on you. It seems like you want to get out in front, and yet there's the other side of that is that you have more control when you allow the ball to travel a little farther as you're in the batter's box.
Yeah, I think, Dick, you made a point last night. He looked a little smoother and less violent with his swing, and that's what you have to do. You have to really shorten your swing. That's going to gain consistency. He's done a nice approach this whole series.
Baker takes a strike. It's 1 and 2 with the pitcher Werner on deck. But Maben in just these 4 games, or actually 3 games, raising his average from 211 to 230. That's a big jump this late in the year. With 4 hits in 2 of the 3 games, that'll happen. 1 and 2 to Baker. Well, obviously McDonald not razor sharp today with the 5 walks. He hasn't struck out a man, and he's a strikeout pitcher. Two on, no one out here in Padre 4th inning. San Diego leading Pittsburgh 3-1.
Guys, I got to commend Mark Grant for having an interview with Cameron Maben the other day, having him do that backup singing. He's been hot ever since.
You know, you're right.
You always look for certain things that motivate you, and I think that interview definitely motivated Cameron Maben.
Strike 3 called. There's the first strikeout from McDonald. Baker reluctantly leaves the batter's box and takes the long walk.
As I mentioned earlier, James McDonald, he gets good downward plane. See how that ball's coming down on a plane? It's not in the same plane coming in. It's easier to hit. He gets on top of that ball and works down, and that's right on the outside corner.
Werner tried to sacrifice his first time and bunted into a double play. Third baseman Alvarez comes in to say something to McDonald, and it may be aware here. Yeah, Forsythe's a good base runner, so is Maben. Try to pull off with a sacrifice in order, a double steal. Keep Forsythe close.
You know, I wouldn't mind seeing here like a little butcher boy. See what the kid can do with the bat. Show bunt, pull back, chop it on the ground.
Creeping in from first base is Sanchez, and he bunts it foul out of play. Those are the kind you want to be hit to as you're a fan. You know, just those little bunt pop-ups. He'll go home and give the good word how he scrambled, made a all-time catch. It'd be in the highlight reels and the national telecast tonight. Boy, Sanchez. There's the snap back to second base and almost into center field. Good block by Barmas on the one hopper from catcher McHenry.
That's why, as a base runner at second base, in this particular situation, the secondary lead is so important. If the ball gets away, you can take the 90 feet. But if it's a clean catch by the catcher, you've got to bust your tail back to second base just for that reason, so they don't throw behind you and get picked.
Mark, so many times you can prevent that if you're a base runner, really taking those hard couple steps back to the base. If you go back and you really don't take those hard steps, catchers are going to take an opportunity to throw behind.
And another failure trying to sacrifice, so it's 1-2 to Werner. Sanchez so close to a Werner on that last attempt, he could see whether or not he flossed. Here he comes again, creeping forward. Runner goes, and there's Forsythe and Maben, the double steal. Yes, sir. Third and fourth steals by the Padres today, with the third baseman Alvarez also creeping in on the grass. Forsythe, when he took off, he beat Alvarez to the bag. No throw.
You know, Maben, he kind of had a secondary lead at first base and then discovered that Forsythe was off and running to third, so he took second base.
So now the infield draws in, the count 2-2 on Werner, and he takes ball 3.
Oh, that's a pretty good pitch.
Sure was.
Guys, you got to really commend Cameron Maben for that play, because it's a tough read. Sometimes it's just a decision by the base runner, Logan Forsythe, at second base, and you have to read that.
Line drive, slicing foul. Well, Andrew Warner swinging the bat, got good wood on it. Forsythe with his 5th steal.
Now, what do? Throw him another fastball here? Do you throw him a breaking ball with the risk of bouncing one back to the screen?
Struck him out. Werner thought he had ball 4. Takes a right-hand turn to the dugout. So Baker and Werner struck out, looking for 2 outs here in the 4th.
Yeah, that's a strike. That's a good pitch. Knee high right on the outside corner. There's your hot dog.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Little mustard in there and some onions, little diced onions.
With a cold Frosty.
Now, that's part of baseball right
wash
there.
it down, yeah.
But you don't like sausages, you like bacon, so that confuses me.
I'll have a kielbasa. I love hot dogs. Sausages.
Is that what they call them in Illinois? Sausage.
I'll eat anything.
Now we got the truth.
Except eggplant. Can't stand it.
1 strike to Cabrera.
Horrible.
And liver.
Love liver.
No, I'm the one
good
that.
That's right, Dick. I forgot liver and onions.
It's good for the blood.
The organ foods. The only words that I really know other than bonjour in French are the organ foods. You go to a restaurant, they can trick you with that stuff. Cabrera backs off. 2-1 the count. A chance for Cabrera. He's got a walk, a bunt single. He's stolen 2 bases and scored a run. And he continues his offensive thrust at top of the order. Two men in scoring position. A chance to add. On the inside corner.
And Everett wants that one back. See his reaction after that pitch was a called strike. Couldn't pull the trigger. That was a good pitch to have him do some damage.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Padres lead by 2.
And number 2's at the plate.
Deuces are wild. That's the 80th pitch for McDonald. 5 walks will do that, you know.
Yeah.
Pulled to the right side. Walker there. And the inning's over. And it continues. The Padres leaving men on base. It remains 3-1. Padres Baseball brought to you by Sequan Casino. Get away for the day at the all-new Sequan Casino, San Diego's destination for casino gaming and excitement. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a luxurious Lexus automobile today. For more information, visit Lexus.com. And back at Petco Park. And the Padres with a 3-1 lead. It'll be McHenry, then Barmes and McDonald in the top of the 5th inning against the first-time starter in the big leagues, Andrew Warner. A long shot to ever get this far. But here he is on the big league mound, the center circle. McHenry bounced into a 6-4-3 double play his first time. High strike, 1-1. Change up. That ball hit well to left field, but Quentin's got room. One away. Well, the announcement today that there will be a statue of Jerry Coleman. Now, they don't know whether they'll have that out there in the park at the park or some other spot here at Petco, but 30 years ago today, Mr. Padre Tony Gwynn hit his first home run. Wrigley Field, Chicago, against Bill Campbell. On this August 22nd, 1982. Clint Barmas flied to left his first time, takes a strike. Speaking of home runs, on this date in 1961, Roger Maris hit his 50th on his way to 61. It's the first time in Major League history that 50 home runs have been hit before the end of August. Off the Angels, Ken McBride.
That was a 154 game schedule, right? Back then in 61?
Yes. And then went on for 61. Man from Fargo, North Dakota. I can hear Phil Rizzuto's call now. Holy cow.
I love those old shots at the stadium in the Bronx.
Well, there was so much drama around that because no one wanted anyone to break Ruth's record. And if it was going to be anyone, it should be a Yankee. And if it's going to be a Yankee, they were rooting for Mantle, not Maris. Maris at the highs broke out in all kinds of anxiety. Tony Kubek saying that, you know, the only love he was getting was from his own teammates in the locker room. Yeah, Maris and Mantle weren't enemies by any means, but the press tried to make them that. 3-2 to Barmas. Ground ball, foul, just foul.
Yeah, if you get a chance to watch 61, remember the Billy Crystal movie? It's a great movie. You do a great job of telling that story.
Yeah, it's interesting. You're going for the record, people rooting against you. High fly ball, center field. Maben eases his way in. A couple of fly ball outs here in the 5th inning. And it'll bring up the pitcher, James McDonald. Also on this day, and this is a moment in baseball you older fans will remember, because there was a Donnybrook for about 14-15 minutes at Old Candlestick Park when Juan Marichal took the bat to the head of catcher John Roseboro. Remember that?
I remember hearing about it, yeah.
First pitch is low, ball 1. What happened was, of course, the rivals, Giants and Dodgers, and there were a lot of things going on anyway, that Marichal was the hitter and felt that Roseboro, in throwing the ball back to the pitcher, Koufax, was throwing too close to his head. And so he just took his bat and nailed Roseboro in the head with it. Yeah, it caused a wound and bleeding, and now the bench is emptied. I mean, it was a war.
Yeah, they didn't have the helmets back then. The catchers didn't wear. They just wore the hat backwards with the mask on.
Exactly.
I love the word you use, Donnybrook. That's going old school.
Surprise.
Love that.
2 balls and a strike to McDonald, who struck out. Yeah, that was in 1965 on this date. Of course, you're into the dog days of August, and the tempers are quick to flare. Catcher Baker thought that was a strike. McDonald is aboard on the 3rd walk from Werner. And here's leadoff hitter Jose Tapia. He's grounded twice to the left side of the infield, to third and to short. That's a strike. Change up at 82 to Tapia. Up the middle, that's Cabrera ranging. Boy, his speed to get there, take it away from center field, get the put out himself at second. We're at the halfway mark in this one, 4.5 in the books, and the Padres lead the Pirates 3-1. Noting the 3 men to come to bat here in the 5th inning: Venable, Headley, and Quinton's baseball cards. Padres 3, the Pirates 1. Each team with just 3 hits. McDonald has offered 5 walks, and 3 of those came around to score in the 1st inning for the Padre lead. Venable was one of them. Takes it over but low. Popped to short as last time. That ball hit well to right center field. McCutchen on his horse, racing to the warning path, and that ball off the fence. Venable will hold at second base with a long double. That ball jumping off the bat of Venable. He continues his hot hitting. That's his 10th hit in the last 15 at bats. He's raised his average from 238 up to 256.
He gave that ball a pretty good ride, but I don't think he really got all of it. It was that sound really didn't have that good sound off the sweet spot, but off the chain link fence. And McCutchen, realizing that he's not going to catch it on the fly, plays the carom nicely.
Here's Chase Headley, up twice, walked twice. Lifts that one to left field, right at Tapia, and unable to move the runner over to third. Venable back to second base, and Carlos Quinton once again comes up with a man in scoring position. On the whole, Everett Cabrera consecutive steals without being thrown out, 23 for Cabrera, and then 24 today. Jerry Mumphrey has the Padre record for consecutive steals, 27. There's a drive to right field, base hit, but Venable had to hold. Now he turns, here he comes, and the throw from Garrett Jones not in time. It's 4-1. Quinton drives in another. He had 3 RBIs last night and a tray again today.
You know, generally speaking, that's a pitch that Carlos Quinton would like to spin on, maybe send out of the ballpark. And Mark Sweeney, the big left fielder, power hitter for the Padres, inside outs that one to the right side nicely to score that run.
Yeah, he did a nice job, especially when you hit that ball where it's pitched and you really let that ball travel. That's what we talked about Cameron Maben. It's a nice job, but Carlos Quinton definitely practices that. If you watch batting practice before the games, he likes to work on that. And then also, if it's a mistake pitch, he likes to do damage with the home run.
Kotsay takes way upstairs.
Yeah, because generally speaking, when we see Carlos Quinton swing at a pitch like that, he turns on it, right? Well, this pitch, middle in, and he takes it, hands through first, inside out that ball to the right side for the RBI single.
That run and that base hit by Quinton stirs the bullpen for the Pirates. Jared Hughes gets up. Kotsay takes a strike, 1-1. So to complete the whole Cabrera thing, he had 4 steals without being thrown out at the end of last year. So 24 and 4, 28. So he has passed the Padres' Jerry Mumphrey, who had the record for consecutive steals, 27. That was way back in 1980. High drive, right field. But Garrett Jones has room. Boy, Kotsay just missed that one. Got a lot of it, but hit it too high. And back to first goes Carlos Quinton.
See, 1980, Jerry Mumphrey. That's the year that the Colonel, Jerry Coleman, managed the Padres.
High school football on Fox Sports San Diego. The nation's top teams will be competing on the national stage, and this coming Thursday, tomorrow night, interstate rivals from Ohio. It'll be Akron, Buckhill, and Massillon competing. The National Football Game of the Week. High school football on Fox Sports San Diego. Logan Forsythe walked, stole his 5th base of the year the last time up, as he and Maben pulled a double steal, but the Padres couldn't bring him in. Forsythe 2 for 3 in the only game he played in Pittsburgh. This is his first start in this 3-game series. And McDonald 2 strikes up on Forsythe. The Padres head off to Arizona for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday night, 6 o'clock for Padres Live. Stoltz will be on the mound for the Padres. And Arizona has not named their rotation as yet, because they have a day-night doubleheader. They lost the day portion, or they won the day portion 3-2 over Miami, and then they'll play another game at 6 o'clock our time, a night game. 2 strikes the count, 2 outs. Quentin at first. High fly ball, lots of fly balls in this inning. And McCutchen joins Tapita on left and Garrett Jones. They all got a chance in this inning. But the Padres get a run on 2 hits and lead it 4-1.
Life like you should. Just say you never had it so
good. And welcome back to Petco. Young and old cheering the Padres. A 4-1 lead after 5. And Andrew Werner has distinguished himself in his first major league start. The longest of long shots to get to the big leagues. Werner, no one cared about him out of high school. No one looked at him seriously out of college. He had to battle his way around independent league baseball, as he said, some garbage innings. Didn't give up. Rewarded on the hill in the big league game today and doing well. Has a 4-1 lead. So the game is official from his point of view. He'll face Neil Walker, Andrew McCutchen, and Garrett Jones. 3 tough hitters. And if anyone gets on, then Gabby Sanchez here in the top of the 6th. Walker is grounded twice, once to third, once to short. Again, fans are getting smarter and smarter. They're bringing the leather.
Oh, nice grab. Nice grab. Protecting that lady there to his left. A job well done.
And that man's played some ball. You can tell that. Looks like a player. There's another souvenir deep down the right field line. So a reminder, you order early, you get a better price, fans, when you buy your Padre tickets. And with Atlanta coming in next Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon, chance to see the Braves. Outstanding talent. And of course, Chipper Jones will be his last tour of San Diego. Just inside 2-2. First round pick of the Pirates, Neil Walker, 8 years ago. 11th overall selected that draft. Padres signed Werner in November of 2010 after that workout.
$1,000 they gave him, Dick. Talked to Josh Burns before the game, gave him $1,000. Here you go, kid. Chase your dream.
Ground ball, left side. Long throw for Cabrera. Walker can run. Oh, Cabrera fires and gets him. Our next telecast will be from Arizona, 6 o'clock on Friday night. For Padres Live here on Fox Sports San Diego. It'll be earlier on Saturday, a 4:30 start, and Sunday at 12:30 for Padres Live for the 3 games. Ball flies out of Chase Field. My home, my team, Fox Sports San Diego.
I want to correct myself. It wasn't Warner. I got my notes mixed up. Tommy Lane, the left-hander in the bullpen, signed for $1,000.
McCutcheon. Cabrera gets another chance. Got the sinker working. Werner here in the 6th. 2 quick outs to Garrett Jones.
Either way, it's a good story.
It is a good story. There are 2 guys that can really identify with their lives. You know, here's Lane at 27, finally getting to the big leagues, and Werner at 25. You know, it's theater rich, this game, when you come to the stories that you can uncover. Everyone gets a chance, kind of like our country, isn't it?
That's
we all
right.
have the opportunity.
Yeah.
It's there. How hard and how much do you want it? Garrett Jones, a double and a walk today. 2 home runs last night. Takes a strike. What is it about left-handed pitchers?
I know you don't see them that often, right?
You just find them and they seem to do well. Another ground ball. Forsythe with a glove flip and the out. 1, 2, 3. The Pirates story in the 6th on 3 ground outs. Maven will lead off the home half of the 6th. This series, and news from the Bay Area. Bartolo Colon has been suspended 50 games, as was Melky Cabrera, testing positive for testosterone. What is it about the water up in the Bay Area?
Yeah.
Huh? So his season is over, and that takes a bite out of the Oakland A's having a good year. The A's. Yeah, the testing becoming stricter and perhaps more efficient, as it well should be. Jared Hughes, the new pitcher after McDonald went 5 innings, allowed 4 runs to the Padres, gave up 5 hits but walked 5, struck out 2. There are Hughes' numbers as he makes his 50th appearance. .219 is all opposing hitters getting off it. Maven grounded to second, singled, and stole his 23rd base. 7 for 10 series. He'd like to invite the Pirates to stay for a couple more.
Yeah, no kidding. See, it's streaks like this, the way the Padres are playing, and you have an off day tomorrow. You don't want to have an off day. You want to keep playing. Keep that roll going.
School has started for some, but perhaps kids getting out early enough to come over, pick up the game. Second inning, he reaches out, punches a fly ball, but this one won't fall. Walker there for the first down. Brings up John Baker, safe on an error, and took a third strike. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for San Diego, 5 left. The Pirates 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, and 3 men left on base. So Andrew Werner's gone through 6 innings, allowing just the 1 run and 3 hits. There he is, going to swing the lumber on deck. Hughes, like so many relief pitchers, does not use the windup even when there's no one aboard.
.6'7", 245. Jared Hughes. Fastball, slider, change. He's got a good hard sinker. And if he's on with that, he gets a lot of grounders.
Orange County lad. 3-1 the count. Went to Rancho Santa Margarita High School.
Well, that's up by Coto de Casa.
Yeah, but he grew up in Orange County,
yeah,
and then they moved down here. Swing and a miss by Baker, and the count goes full. Long Beach State, another product of the 49ers.
There's a future big leaguer.
Chop foul. At Cal State Long Beach, teammate of Evan Longoria, a brilliant player for the Rays.
Yeah, a fellow dirtbag.
You notice I avoided that tag. I know they call themselves.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because I prefer the clean bag.
Hey, Beer Fest here.
Hey, Beer Fest.
All right, Cold and Frosties.
Yeah, come on, where's
September
the beer?
7th. Write it down in your calendar. It's backed by popular demand. Padres Beer Fest. Enjoy a variety of beers from San Diego County's most popular breweries. They've got some darn good ones. Before the Padres take on the D-backs. Party starts at 5. First pitch 7:05 September 7th. Get your tickets at Padres.com or on the horn at 619-795-5555.
Here's the same play. The throw to second base on the force, and they get Baker. Werner is safe. So all 3 times up. Werner has tried to sacrifice. He's bunted into a double play, struck out, and now safe on the fielder's choice. 2-6 on the put out of Baker at second.
Bunted too softly out in front of home plate.
Did you hear about the 6'6" confused fan who went to the Beer Fest and then stopped by a funeral parlor and ordered a tall beer?
No.
B-I-E-R, beer.
Oh, okay. I got it. Got it.
Deadly humor, folks. Look at it. Now they put our name up there. We're making fools of ourselves. Thank you very much.
Just to let everybody know.
Yep. Yeah, Sweeney, he ducks out when he gets into this stuff. Cabrera bounces to second. Walker throws him out. That's it for the Padres in the 6th inning. On to the 7th. Andrew Werner pitching a gem. 4-1 Padres.
Diego here, top of the 7th inning. Mark Sweeney, Mike Pomeranz with you. Andrew Werner making his major league debut today and spinning a gem, Mark.
Yeah, got to be excited, and he gets the guy that leads the National League in hitting for his first strikeout, and that's nice. And he has location. He's done a nice job mixing his pitches today, and he looks very comfortable out in the mound.
Pretty economical as well. 75 pitches thrown so far today. Lefty's still in the ball game. When we see in the post-game show, we're going to talk about that. Hey, aren't you supposed to be nervous making your major league debut? Apparently not. Not if you ask Andrew Werner. And our instructional today, how to play the ball in the sun. A little help from Chris DeNorfia there with Mark Sweeney. You'll also hear from the manager, Buddy Black. We'll see you guys after the last pitch.
All right, Mike, and I suppose Layla Rahimi will be all over the post-game interview with Andrew Werner. It'll be interesting to hear his remarks after finally getting this chance at age 25, make it to the big leagues. He was so unknown, I think, throughout the Padre organization, other than Josh Burns and Randy Smith and some of those involved in the minor league program, that, I spent the whole half month of February and all of March down there. I tried to go see some of the minor leaguers, get an idea. I never heard the name Andrew Werner.
That's why you have to realize that there's always somebody watching every effort. Every time you get on the mound, somebody's going to write a report on you.
Well, it's Barnum and Bailey time here today. The circus is in town. That ball hit its center field, and Maben has to ease back toward the track, and he will see it go over the center field fence. Sanchez, that one, a rope to center the way Maben eased back. I thought he had a beat on it, and that was a laser over the wall, a home run. It's 4-2. Sanchez with his 4th of the year.
Well, he put a good swing on it. Really good swing on it. And I'm right there with you, Dick. I thought that Cameron Maben was kind of camping underneath it, but he turned his back and watch it go over the fence.
So the score 4-2. And here's Pedro Alvarez. He has an RBI single, knocked in the other Pirate run in the 4th inning. Brought in Andrew McCutcheon, who had singled. Sanchez pays a dividend, the former Marlin.
Well, 3rd time around for these Pirates against Andrew Werner. See how he reacts after the solo shot.
That gets the bullpen stirred, and a right-hander begins throwing.
And Darren Balsley said that the bullpen is good to go. Everybody fresh down there, no problems out in that bullpen.
Does that include Gregerson and Thayer, who pitched each of the last 2 nights?
Yeah, he said everybody's good to go as Brad Brock heats up.
3 balls and a strike now on Alvarez. Chris Reesop, hard throwing right-hander, going to work in the Pirates bullpen.
Really hoping for Andrew Werner to get out of this inning with just that home run. That 7 innings just has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And for your major league debut, if he can go 7, 2 runs, give up only 4 hits.
Well, at this stage, after 6, it's a quality start. But he loses Alvarez, so the Pirates will bring the tying run to the plate with no one out here in the 7th. That's the 4th walk from Andrew Werner.
Well, here's what you like. Mark Kotze, the veteran of 16 years in the big league, going in to have a little chat with Werner. Calm him down a little bit. John Baker says, all right, kid, come on, let's go. Buy a little time also for Brad Brock out there.
Exactly. But Black waiting for the signal, and here he comes. Usually the bullpen coach or someone there assigned will take off a cap or have a towel, signal that the pitcher is ready, or do that by the telephone communication. Well, if this is it for Andrew Werner, he has given the Padres all they could have asked and more. 4-2. He's held the Padres in the game and gets a deserved hand as he jogs off. Terrific major league debut for Andrew Werner. his dream accomplished, made it to the big leagues, and did a stellar job of holding back the Bucks on just 4 hits, a couple of runs. He's responsible for the man at first that he walked, Pedro Alvarez, but is the pitcher of record, a chance to pick up a W as well as Brad Brock comes in to relieve.
And those arms in the bullpen want nothing more than to hold these Pirates at 2 runs. Leave that runner out there, and it's up to Brad Brock right now. So when this one is all said and done, Andrew Warner can have a W next to his name for his major league debut.
That would be terrific. Brad Brock has been terrific in terms of inheriting runners and not allowing them to score. He's inherited 34 men on base and only 2 have scored. That's 94% success rate, second best in the entire major leagues. He's had trouble when he's come in to start the inning. It's confusing, perplexing to him and to the Padres. When he started an inning, he has a 5.06 ERA, but inheriting runners as he is now, he's done a great job. And the first pitch is a strike. McHenry has grounded into a double play and fly to left. Clint Barmas on deck. Two strikes.
Great location on those 2 fastballs from Brad Brock. You know, he gets a lot of swings and misses. It's not because he throws 96, 98. Throws across his body a little bit, a little deception in that arm action.
Fly ball to right. Venable there. 2 away. Back to first. Alvarez and Clint Barmas will come to the plate. 1 away, I'm sorry. 1 away, a home run, a walk, and now a fly ball. McHenry. Barmas has flied to left and flied to center. The attendance announced 20,311. Strike. As a rookie pitcher, it's comparable to the freshman college basketball. At the end of the season, they're not freshmen anymore. And you can't think of Brock as being a rookie any longer. He's had a lot of experience. He's gotten better working on the job. The former Monmouth University star.
Yeah, he's made great strides this year.
Swing and a miss by Barmas. 1-2. I enjoyed your interview with him a couple of weeks ago. A history major. He likes to, take advantage of his travel as a ball player, not just sit in his room. He likes to go out and see the historical sites, learn more. Struck him out.
Man, 89 right there. Pirate hitters having a difficult time squaring up that fastball. As I mentioned a little bit ago, a lot of swings and misses when Brad Brock is out there.
So 2 away as he gets McHenry to fly to right, strikes out Barmas, and now Travis Snyder, who has started the last 2 games, the infielder. Check that in. Started in right field last night. Will hit for the pitcher. Acquired from the Toronto Blue Jays, a 24-year-old. Another strike. Line to left. Quentin right there for the out. Well done. Brad Brock again inherits a runner and mows down the Pirates. McHenry, Barmas, and Snyder in the 7th. Two Knights scored early, 3 in the first inning. 2 of them came in on this near grand slam by Carlos Quentin. Padres' first 3 had walked. All 3 came in. And the Pirates answered in the 4th on a ground ball single by Alvarez. And then Quentin back with another RBI single to make it 4-1. That was in the 5th inning as he brought home Will Venable, who had doubled. Gabby Sanchez drills one over the center field wall for his 4th home run of the season to make it 4-2. And that's where we stand as the Padres come to bat here in the last of the 7th inning. It'll be Venable, Headley, and Quentin again. It seems like that's been the pattern the last 2 or 3 times. Just come up together. Venable, a walk and scored, popped up and doubled and scored.
Those guys are having fun. That's Chris Resop now comes into the game for the Buccos.
Venable has scored 6 runs in the 3-game series. Resop, a hard throwing right-hander. Starts Venable with a curveball.
Yeah, Resop can get that fastball to the mid-90s along with a curveball, a change, and a slider.
Lots of shadows to deal with now at this time of the night. Closing in on 5:45 in San Diego. 1-1 the count. 93 on that fastball. Late swing, high fastball again at 93. Late on the swing, 94 miles an hour.
Padre hitter's going to have to turn up the dial against Resop. Not only does he have the fastball 93, 94, but a little bit of run away from left-handed hitters like Will Venable.
Resop part of a Pittsburgh bullpen that's pitched very well all year. They're second to Cincinnati, best ERA of the bullpens in the National League. One and 2 to Venable. Spoils that one. Andrew Werner, he's the story today. Major League debut, and pitched the Padres into the 7th inning with a 4-2 lead. Struck him out, breaking ball in the dirt, and Venable will be put out at first base. Strike 2-3. So the previous 3 starters for the Padres in victories: Clayton Richard, Edinson Volquez. Richard against the Giants, Volquez and Marquis against the Pirates. You combine their effort, and it's a 1.35 ERA.
You know what? We always talk about pitchers and innings and being a workhorse. Clayton Richard, I'm going to say it right here, right now. That guy is a Clydesdale. He is some kind of strong. I mean, it's like he never gets worn out.
Well, he's probably the best conditioned Padre. I mean, he constantly works. He works like a football player, constantly in the weight room.
Clydesdale Clayton.
Got a ring to it.
Have you ever stood next to a Clydesdale?
Yeah, or a Percheron. They're the big ones as well. You know, the big plow horses.
Yeah.
Headley, 2-0. 2 walks and a fly to left field today. Big 2-run homer last night in the 11th inning to win it, 7-5. Left fielder Tabata, 2 away. Well, Fox Sports San Diego will be taking over the Padres ticket office. You may have heard September 4th is the date. The Padres out of town, and Fox Sports San Diego will be in the ticket office where you can get some amazing deals just by watching the Padres on Fox Sports San Diego, so don't miss it.
Take over that ticket office.
Well, Carlos Quentin has been the hitting star for the Padres. The only man in the lineup with more than one hit, and they've been productive. A 2-run double and an RBI single. Knocked in 3 of the 4 runs. Curveball strike from Rysop.
You got any fables to share with us about Rysop?
Rysop's fables, yeah. Something about the hare and the tortoise. That one. Ground ball left side. Varmus for the out. And for the first time in the game, the Padres are retired in order. Chris Rysop gets the job done. Carl's Jr. star of the game is Andrew Warner. Major league debut. Warner goes 6+, 2 runs, 4 hits, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, and stands to win in his first major league game. Double play helping him out. Allowed just 4 hits through 6 innings. One of those a home run by Gabby Sanchez, giving the Padres a chance to win and to perform their first sweep at home since they swept out the Cubs. That's 2 times that they've had a 3-for-3, and victory would move their home record to 31-32 as they edge close to the 500 mark. Luke Gregerson, this will be 3 straight games he's worked in all 3 against the Pirates. Pitched an inning on Monday night, allowed a hit and a walk. Didn't have his best stuff, but got out of the frame with a run scoring. No run scoring. Pitched a good 8th inning last night. 1-2-3 with a strikeout. He's now gone 20 games without allowing a run. Only 11 hits in that span. Quite a run for Luke Gregerson.
You see how sharp the slider is, the location of the fastball. Day off tomorrow. Take a look at the most holds this season. Luke right up there with 21.
Yeah, he's always right up there. He's been the ideal 7th and 8th inning man. Tapita squaring to bunt just as a distraction and takes a strike. Walker and then McCutchen to follow here in the Pirates' 8th inning. Yeah, that's a good one.
Give him a good inning this afternoon. You got a day off tomorrow as we travel over to Arizona to play the D-backs.
Ground ball to short. Cabrera's had a busy afternoon. 1 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 chances for Cabrera at shortstop. Neil Walker, the batter. Tommy Lane. He, like Andrew Werner, with a terrific story getting to the big leagues at age 27. He's warming up in the bullpen. Neil Walker grounded out all 3 times. Backdoor slider misses. We're getting into the power department now in this lineup for Pittsburgh, with Walker 14 homers, McCutchen on deck 24, Garrett Jones with 14, and so on. Sanchez is homered today, Alvarez with 23. Jason Grilly loosening up down in the right field corner. He went. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, let's check from the side. Absolutely, he went.
He didn't even swing, and you said absolutely.
I know. Absolutely.
You don't even care if he even anyone checks a swing, you automatically call it a strike. Now you're not so quick to judge on other issues, but why is it? It's just a thing with you.
I know.
Obsession. Pitcher. That's right.
Ring him up.
2 balls and a strike.
There's that backdoor slider again. Hitter gives up on it, and then at the last second just hits that outside corner. Now and then Luke will have that one where he throws it to the back foot of the left-handed hitter and swing over the top of it for the strikeout.
High fly ball, right center field. Right fielder Venable calling. And there's 2 away. Brings up McCutchen. As we said last night, he just tears apart the entire National League, leading all hitters with a .350 average. But the Padres have done a terrific job at keeping Andrew McCutchen in check, including this series. He had an infield hit in 5 at-bats on Monday night. He had a single in 5 at-bats last night at 2 for 10, and a single this afternoon. So he's 3 for 13, all singles. Man with 24 homers to lead his team and 76 RBIs.
I'd like to stand in there against the Luke Gregerson slider, just to
get the feeling,
just to get a look at it. Yeah,
it just seems like, how can he continue to fool hitters pitch after pitch after pitch? Tough to read it.
Now
that's to keep you honest.
Exactly.
Fastball.
A look-see fastball, just to give that hitter a different look. I still think they should have something for the fan experience here at the ballpark, where you're caged in like a glass booth and have a pitching machine throwing 98 miles an hour into a net or something, just so you can get the feel that the ball, you get an idea what the hitter is experiencing when they face a hard throwing pitcher.
Or that big curveball.
Yeah.
2-1. McCutchen, bases empty, 2 outs here in the 8th. Pops him up. Forsythe ranging back on the grass. Boy, that was a high popper. Gregerson once again, another scoreless inning for Cool Hand Luke.
Padres baseball brought to you by Petco, where the healthy pets go.
And back at Petco Park and the Park at the Park, fans enjoying a baseball picnic, and the Padres with a 4-2 lead as we rejoin the action. Bottom of the 8th inning, Mark Kotze, Logan Forsythe, and Cameron Maben against Chris Resop into his second inning of work. Well, the Pirates came to town trailing the Cincinnati Reds by 6.5 in the Central. They've lost a game to the Reds with their first 2 defeats to the Padres, and they're 3 outs away from another loss to their nemesis, San Diego. Kotze, sacrifice fly in the first inning that knocked in the 3rd run after Quentin had doubled into. He's fouled out and flied to right. Two and 0 the count. Padres will send Stoltz, then Richard and Volquez in the 3 games in Arizona Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Slap to left field. That's a long run for Tabata. Did he get it? That's out of our view. Yes, what a catch. We lose the player when they get down into that left field corner, but Tabata, a bold move as he raced right into that wall, had to use the slide catch.
Yeah, that's the right play. You don't want to stay on your feet and then go crashing, even though it's padded. So break the fall, break the momentum by going into the slide, and a nice grab. Great concentration, big out for the Pirates.
Brings up Logan Forsythe, 0 for 2 with a walk. Into the hole, Barmas. And Forsythe gone. He has an 0 for 3 afternoon. 2 gone, and Cameron Maben, the hitter.
Hey, folks, follow Fox Sports San Diego's coverage of the Padres with MLB.com. I've got it on my phone. It's awesome. The @BAT12 app for your iPhone, your iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and much, much more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit Padres.com for details.
Yeah, and there's still time with the rest of August and September, and they've reduced the rates. Don't miss out as we move toward the playoffs. Here's Maben, a single in 3 at-bats. Another chance for Barmas. And the Padres out in order as Chris Resop, the one effective pitcher for the Pirates. He's retired 6 in a row. Some great plays in the stands today. souvenir grabbers and stars, as Jerry Coleman would say, hanging some stars on those catches. Well, look who's going to try to pick up his first major league save. This would be quite a bookend with Andrew Werner, his first major league start, and Tommy Lane just joined the big leagues when we were in Atlanta last week. He's making his 5th appearance, and this is a save situation.
Well, when you look at the Pirates coming up in this inning, you've got 2 of the 3 hitters being left-handed. Garrett Jones due up, Gabby Sanchez, and Pedro Alvarez. So the left-hander Lane. And Yonder Alonso will go in and play first base. It's a double switch. Alonso will bat 9th.
Dale Thayer stays ready in the bullpen. They are trying to get the Padres the win in the 9th inning last night, but gave up the 2-run home run to Garrett Jones to tie it. It's the first time all season long either Street or Thayer lost the lead in the 9th inning.
Well, this might be the only guy that Lane faces, getting him out. Remember the home run off the bat of Jones last night off of Thayer. He might face the next 2 guys if he gets this guy out.
In for a strike. Double, a walk, and a ground out for Garrett Jones today. Nice 2-bouncer to Forsythe. 4-3. 1 away. Time for the Sequan Casino Daycation highlight of the game. And a highlight it is, the first major league strikeout. And he gets Andrew McCutchen, the National League's top hitter. Sequan Daycation strikeout highlight from Andrew Werner. Still in that dugout. 2 outs away from a major league win. Gabby Sanchez homered his last time up. Shot over the center field fence. That helped to knock Werner out of the game. He walked the next man, Alvarez, and that was his work for the day. 6 innings plus. Sanchez, you could hear plate umpire Holbrook, hold it, timeout, timeout. But Lane had started his motion, and Bud Black doesn't like that.
Yeah, got to continue with that motion. And, you know, if you want, fire it back to the backstop, but just continue that motion so you don't come to an abrupt stop and hurt yourself.
Over but low. There's a highlight in Atlanta to watch Tommy Lane make his big league debut with his family there. Drove all the way from St. Louis to see him, and a nervous mother just aching and agonizing over every pitch. High fly ball, left center. It's playable for Quinton. And the Pirates are down to their final out. Of course, Lane, much like Andrew Werner, with a fabulous debut, his first major league appearance, he strikes out the side. Alvarez has walked twice and singled in a run, officially 1 for 1 today. That slider just missed.
Drafted in the 26th round by the Diamondbacks in 2007 for $1,000.
2-0. 91 on the fastball. It's about where he topped out in Atlanta.
Yeah, but he's got also a couple of arm slots with that slider.
2 balls and a strike. Angular, 6'3" and 185. Went to Mount Olive College, North Carolina. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Fans clamoring for a strikeout to end the game. Sweeping breaking ball well outside, full count. Strike three called, and the Padres have swept the Pirates. They win it today 4-2. What a bookend. Warner on one end and Lane on the other. Two long